Aye, that's right. Leave your Mimir, Tard, or I'll bury him with his body, Jig. Bury him with his body? He doesn't have one. I think we already had the Mimir spiel. Talking encyclopedia. She glances at Mort, then you, then sneers. I guess I know which of you has the brains, huh? Okay. What about other questions? What about Farod? Yeah, now she wants money, so how much? 10, 20, I mean, I think 5 it's okay. And I mean, presumably she will not have anything else to say because we got everything on Farod, almost everything from everybody. How much is that you know? She studies you, then folds her arms. Come on, I haven't got all day. Turn on the charm, how about 10? If your information is good enough, it could be more. Aye, alright then. She pockets the money. It's gone so quickly, you have no idea where it vanished to. Look for him in the alleys, Spire Ward. From the mortuary, that's to the south and west of the mortuary, aye? What? You mean the alley of 1,000 angles or whatever? Oh, so that's not where we were told, right? Oddly enough, south and west of the mortuary is an alley filled with heavily armed thugs. Know anything about that? Oh, well, maybe you'd be best asking them where old Stuttercrutch is. Old Stuttercrutch? I don't want to threaten her. Well, let's bluff maybe. Enough of your lies. Tell me where Farod is, girl, or you'll soon number amongst the city's dead. Bar that, I have nothing more to say to you, Burke. Get. What? I don't think I like her. It's still night though. It's too dangerous to rest here. Can we go inside? Well, we could go to our friend. Well, if we didn't know about the alley, she could have technically killed us. Without a reason. Can we rest, woman? Oh, I have to ask him, right? He looks much better than before. Some color has returned to his face, and his eyes have lost their haunted look. As you approach him again, he turns slowly to face you, and he snorts. Oof. If it isn't the Hive's own saint of sods, sods like myself, he grunts. What can I do for you? I wanted to see how you were doing, really, but I also want to sleep, please. There we go. 8 hours. Door? Alright. Door. Oh yes, it's daylight. So we are going. I'm going to the waste place first. The waste place.
All right.
This one, right? Well, it didn't look like trash. It looked like mountains. Oh, we are in Ragpicker Square, guys. Where are we?
All right.
Oh, Okay. Lots of collectors here. Makes sense. They are not named. I cannot go that way. Let's talk with one of them casually. Yellow fingers. The underbelly of this platform is thick with razor vine. It looks like it is holding the platform together. Well, it's green. It's not burnt and horrible. This man is draped in filthy tattered brown robes, a long hood concealing most of his face from view. You see his eyes narrow beneath his hood and he takes a step back. What do you want? He raises an eyebrow. I have some for you then. Like, what did you want to know and how badly did you want to know it? Bye. Enough scamming me for my money. Oh, hello, Carver. Whistling. Let's go talk with Carver. He seems normal. Seems normal. This man is whistling a cheerful tune and playing with a well-kept fighting knife. As you approach him, he stops whistling and gives you a curious look. What do you want? My name is Carver Cutter. I'm a thief for hire in the employ of Shergrave. Okay. The boss of the collectors you see around this square. He pays me mostly to learn his lads to be real quiet-like and how to fight if they runs into a spot of trouble. That's likely the only questions I'll answer for you, Cutter. He sniffs and shrugs. Train me? Is that how we become a thief? Thief for hire, could you train me? Sure, for a spot of jink. Been trained before, no? Well, not counting the pickpocket. That's fine, I'm gonna cuff you now, so dodge it. He suddenly swings his open hand at your head. Dodge? You avoid Carver's blow. Not bad, Cutter. Now about that spot of jink, 50 commons, and I see you trained right up. Are you sure you're not scamming me? Because I'm done with giving money to people. I don't think I have nearly enough dexterity to pull this off. But hey, sounds good. You know, you got to stop doing whatever you're doing now, right? You can't be a warrior or whatnot and a thief. Are you alright with that, Cutter? Oh, because I'm a fighter now. Yes, I am. Unusable item placed in backpack? Let's get to it then. What I'm gonna learn you here are the thief's 6 best bloods. Sneaking about, hiding, picking locks and pockets, finding and removing traps, and my favorite, stabbing plucky barks in the back. Go on. Sneaking about, hiding in the shadows and moving real quiet like he's right handy. Better a live jit than a dead Cutter, eh? Not only do you stay out of harm's way if you does want to stick someone, you've got the upper hand right off, but I'll tell you more of that later. Keep in your mind though, you can't go sneaking if someone's already looking at you. Yes, well, makes sense. Picking pockets and locks is a good thing to supplement the old income and such. Just be ready to runs if you get caught picking a pocket, and always check for traps if you're picking a suspicious lock. If you're gonna look for traps, just check the area over nice and slow. Sometimes it will take you a moment or two to see them. Okay? If you does find a trap, use your skills to disarm the blighted thing. It's a lot like picking a puzzle lock, really. Okay? The last thing I learn you is the backstab. Carver says happily. If you manages to sneak up on a bugger and you want to start a row, just attack the sod from behind. you've got a much better chance of hitting him, and when you do, you hit harder. But yeah, Thief is great, but with party combats, you almost end up never sneaking. Because otherwise, I don't know if this is the case with this game, all your companions will sneak and they're bad at it and they will probably be noticed. Alright, then let's get to training. Carver nods. Alright, Cutter, first off you've got to relax, you're too tense, you're gonna have to let your instinct take over at times and trust your hunches, and so your training as a thief begins.
Updated my journal.
After a long period of training, Carver nods at you in satisfaction. I must say, Cutter, never ever runs across a faster learner. I'd almost say you've done this all before. Perhaps I have, Carver, and simply forgot. Thanks and farewell.
I feel stronger.
You feel stronger? Stronger. Ah, yeah, because I cannot use this anymore. Look at all this junk. Yeah, well, that would make sense. Because that's too much of a weapon for us. But we can use this. I think we can use this. We could use this if we identified it, but I forgot to identify it. Yay. We can use this. And possibly whenever, wherever, maybe a bow? Maybe? I don't know. Thief, so we've changed our... I am curious about another thing. No, we are still neutral. Because I know your alignment, I know that your alignment changes during the game. And we have managed to keep neutral, which I'm not really surprised. Oh, level up? Yes, please. Ooh, we have our little thief skills. Yay! We already have a bonus on pickpockets, maybe because we saw that guy doing it. I hope pickpockets works this time around. I want to be a full thief. Stealth, I don't know if I want stealth necessarily. Open doors. What? I mean, open doors is a thing? I mean, I don't know. Open doors. Why it's open doors different? Wait, I don't really know if I want that stealth yet. Well, let's start with this and do not think about it too much. Otherwise, you didn't level, you guys. Alright, so it was just about me. Okay then,
All
thank you. We are a thief now. We are thieves. I want to be a full thief. I want my pickpocket. Eventually. I don't dare trying because I think the skill is still too low, but... What is yellow? Not? As you approach the hooded brown-robed man, you notice that he's mumbling to himself softly and occasionally nodding. Someone comes to speaks to nod. Aye. He suddenly breaks into a fit of hacking coughs, then nods to himself. Questions? He nods. What? He sniffs, then squints at you. Jink. He taps his head, points at you, then points at his hand. You want to know something, Jink? Now, you know what I'm doing? I'm going around. Sorry. Yellow Fingers, do you have something important to say? This weaselly looking fellow is skulking about the garbage like a tattered shadow. Seeing you and Morte, he beckons to you. Hey, the skull. Where do you get that skull, hey? Miss Skull it is. Give it back to me. What? Morte turns to the hiver. Pike off. Attack him as soon as he's off guard. I need to remember to start raising my dexterity, and still I'm more interested in raising intelligence, charisma, and whatnot. I will try to find objects that and tattoos that enhance dexterity, because I want to keep to those three attributes that I like. It would make more sense if I was a mage, probably because mages use intelligence and wisdom. Still, I don't know, I'm just thinking, speculating. Who are you? Skull's mine, hey, give it to me, I'll forget you stole it, he mumbles, his narrowed eyes darting. You can't steal Morte. I think he's independent. What proof do you have that this is your skull? He stares at you for a moment like you're adult. It's spiking mind, talking proof. Don't know nothing, gives me the skull back now. This is not your skull. You call me a liar, eh? Skull's mine, he mumbles for a moment, eyes rolling and darting. You the thief, spitting lies, I'll got you. Yeah, I'm a thief now. Just forget you ever saw it. You suddenly notice that Yellow Fingers is standing too close to you and that his hand darts out as if trying to pluck your purse. Observe the attempt carefully. You watch closely as Yellow Fingers' deft fingers slide into your coin purse and out again, probably with several coins in their grasp. Despite the quickness of it all, there was a certain familiarity to it, and you're certain you could do the same with a bit of practice. Let's try grabbing his hand. I don't think it will work, because, again, I think that depends on dexterity. Yeah, he leaps backwards and begins to flee. He's not really fleeing, but what about? Ah, he's busy fleeing. Alright then. Well, we've got some pickpocketing skill for 5 coins. That's perfect. Still better to give them 10 coins to that woman, whatever that she is. I'd rather be pickpocketed than talk to her. Look at this place. Insane weird. This sagging platform looks as if it is about to collapse. Really? Lots of trash. I can walk there? Oh, I thought I couldn't. Rat bone.
Hey, put me in watch, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, there's a door behind there? Alright, I need to wave around my mouse a lot. Okay, so that I can't go there. Okay, fine. I don't expect I can go there, yes. So, I'm curious to get into each house and be in trouble. I don't know why I said that. So this hut doesn't have... Look at this rubbish up here. Okay, you know what? Let's get in here. That's the first house that we found. A collector and Sharegrave. Oh yeah, well, that makes sense. Should we talk to him? Right.
I'm gone.
I will try. Whatever. Tall and lanky, this pale grim-looking man exudes authority despite his gangly and somewhat awkward frame. A good portion of his left ear is missing. What little that's left is a ragged mess of scar tissue, as if the ear was bitten rather than cut off. His narrow, shifting eyes, almost mere slits, look clever and dangerous. You Shergrave? He spits out a reply. I don't know you, Burke. He glares at you. Who are you to be asking about some Shergrave cutter? Well, a man called Pox referred me to Shergrave. I was told he might know the location of someone named Farod. Tension in the room suddenly rises. Now, what a funny thing to be asking about. What do you want to know about Old Blood Farod for? What? He's a friend of mine. What should I answer? He has some things of mine, and I want them back. The man is silent for a moment, then cracks a smile. He steals from us all, doesn't he? Whether we're living or dead. He chuckles. What do you mean? Our main source of living around here is the dead, you follow? Yes. Aye, you're a collector. Aye, that's right. He looks at you as if he's considering something. Now, there's only so many deaders at any one time. My bloods and I can only gather so many. If somebody else is gathering deaders, that's that much less jink that goes into our pockets. Farod is taking bodies too. I understand. Aye, so?
Updated my journal.
The rub is that he's found a mother load of them. Now, I haven't heard of any massacres in Sigil, he frowns, tapping at his chin, so I'm quite interested in knowing where all the deaders are coming from. I am too. Well, I could find it out for you, but I could also do it for the, what's their name? The Dusties. I think I've already said that I was going to find it for the Dusty, that Dusty. I could try and find out for a price. I don't think if I asked for a price to the Dusty, but I don't know. That doesn't matter. He looks at you for a moment, tugging on the remains of his left earlobe. Alright, name your price and we'll deal. 300, 200, 100. I say 300. He scoffs. I don't need to know that bad. Get out of here before I call my brothers to show you the way. Maybe I can finish this quest with both him and the Dustman. What about 100?
Updated my journal.
He thinks for a moment before finally nodding. Alright, deal. Come back here with the dark of it and Jink will change hands. You need to know where Old Farod is. Okay. Go up on the platforms, follow them to the north and west, and you'll come to a gate that leads to Farod's bolt hole. So there is no portal? Getting in and getting the information is your deal, and if anyone asks, you don't know me, and we never had this talk here. Who are you? For a smart cutter, you don't listen too well. Why did I ask this? Like I'm thinking that he's somebody else for some reason? I don't know, I didn't understand. I clicked on it, but I didn't understand what was that about. He's Shergrave.
Done.
Maybe he's, I don't know, somebody in disguise, but that would be a little bit weird that if he was, I don't know, police in disguise. Police of Sigil in disguise. Because he's leading a bunch of collectors, and that would be kind of risky now, wouldn't it? Oh, look at this little house. A number of herbs are hanging from this rack to dry. That's a stove made out of some sort of petrified wood.
I'm gone.
Okay. Old Mabbet. This squat old woman looks like she has had all the color bled out of her, everything from her hair to her shawl to her robe. All are shades of grey, the only splotches of color on her come from several strange herbs which are tied to her belt by their stalks. The herbs make a strange swish when she moves, like a broom. Okay, greetings. The elderly woman turns and stares at you, and you notice the grey shades blanketing her body extend to her features as well. Her hair is a wispy grey, and her eyes are like chips of granite. She frowns when she sees you. And who might you be? I don't know. No idea. So you not know yourself, child, she squints, then points at your chest. Heard the piece together, the man beneath all that tracery and scrolling scar, is it? Yes, kind of. Maybe. By the way, there was an option to say that I am Adan again. But where did I hear that? I've really forgotten. Have I ever... I don't know. Who are you? With a slight cackle, she wags her eyebrows. Have you not heard of old Mabeth then, the midwife of the square? Have you not know? She narrows her eyes and her voice drops. Well, now you have, for I be Mabeth. You're a midwife. What do you do?
Updated my journal.
I set bones right, drive the cough out the sick, yank out squealing, stubborn babes, mend cloaks or a rag or two, make cures and herbs and other such. She squints at you, studying your scars. Be needing a cure or three, do you then? Cures? Aye, you be needing some cures to look at you. Do you want to buy some, do you? She sells potions, maybe? Potions, whatever, those things. She glances at the scars covering your body again, then shrugs. Too late to be asking for them, I think. We don't really need healing now. Could I see what you have, alright? A place to rest? Well, not at the moment. We have questions for you, I suppose. Go on and ask them. What about Farod? What else can you tell me about him? Farod, that he watches Mabeth spits once, twice, 3 times, then follows it by making a semicircle over her heart. That gull turd. What should be wanting with the likes of him? Well, we need to meet him. He's not in Ragpicker Square, that much I can tell you. You need to find a way under the square to get to that third spider's keep. She spits again. Even talking about him leaves a foul taste, it does. Under it. Yeah, I know. That's also under, but... I never understood if under was following a portal or... entering a portal or just, I don't know, going to the sewers at this point. She jabs her finger at the floor. Aye, he's buried beneath these piles of trash, him and his boys, and a tough time you'd have digging him out of his nest. She shakes her head. Let be, child. How do I get down?
Updated my journal.
Mabeth frowns and sighs. Here, tell, Farod's got a gate that leads to his nest somewhere here in the square. It's just a matter of finding it. You might want to ask some of the others, some who travel a bit more than old Mabeth. Yeah, we have that gate. We already have that information. Are you a witch, Mabeth? Well, yeah, she could figure as a witch. I'm missing a journal. Let's talk about important things. Do you know where one could be found? Mabeth thinks. I haven't seen one. If it's in the square, which I doubt, since folks don't traffic much with books and the like, it's most likely been sold or stolen. Was it something important to you then? A magic thingy? All glowing and sparkling with magic? Say, if so, you might never see it again. Yeah, I'd say the same. Maybe not. I think it's only a normal journal, but I don't know. Are you a witch? Mabet scrutinizes you. I say not as to what I am and isn't, but what should be wanting to know so full bad that you hound an old woman, barking and sniffing for a juicy bit of gossip? Oh, she teaches magic then? You know, because I was thinking that it would be so nice to be the same class as, I don't know, Jan Jansen, for example, which is, what was it? Thief Illusionist, something like that. Or, anyway, I mean, Thief Mage. That would kind of, I don't know, be interesting. Like Imoen as well. I mean, as long as I have my pickpockets and my picklocks, I could branch out to magic. Especially with my stats, I suppose. What if I wanted to learn about magic? Can I be dual class? Mabet laughs. Pah. I'm no teacher, no schoolmistress, all set up to teach like them in the big fest hall. There's others somewhere, I'm sure, that spill the dark of it. You'd be wasting your time with old Mabet, so you would. I don't agree. Mabet looks at you intently. Oh, why do you want to learn such things? Because I may need it to solve the mystery of who I am. After a moment, Mabet nods. The art may help, it may not, and you must not rely on it to solve all your problems, she sighs. Child, it's most like only going to add another chip to your pile of questions. But am I changing my class completely? Because I think there is still dual... I mean, if Dakon is a fighter mage, will you teach me? Pah, Mabet shakes her head. One should make songs rather than make magic. Songs have more beauty. Magic is been made dull, commonplace, soiled by the mob of people that have tromped through it. She squints at you. I'll teach you, but first you'll need to do something for me, you hear? Like what? My legs aren't good for walking about Sigil, and there's errands I'd have you run. I need you to fetch me some herbs from the market. It's Spireward. Easterly and southerly from here in the Hive Market. Here's a sample. She takes a black seed from her coat and flicks it to you. Examine the seed.
Updated my journal.
You twist the black seed in your hand. As you do, you feel a small bite. Then a small drop of blood oozes from your thumb. There are tiny barbs on the seed, like teeth. Mabet snorts. Careful with it. Show it to one of the fruit merchants at the market. They will know what herbs you seek. Well, about questions? She's not refusing to teach me. Maybe I think we had a dialogue with the thief teacher, that he was saying, "Are you ready to not be a fighter anymore?" I suppose she would do the same. What do you sell? I sell rugs and herbs, cures and charms, and mixes and poultices, and all that wash, she shrugs. Also, if you find a queer item you can't figure out, bring it to Mabet. No promises, child, but mayhap I can riddle out what it is. Yes, I have a thing that I would like to identify. Oh, okay, she sells exactly what I thought she would sell. Exactly. Blood fly charm. I like these fly charms for reasons. Remove curse. I wonder if this would remove Rick curse. I don't think so. I think there might be a more complex quest. Oh, I can sell you this stuff because I'm gonna sell it to you. I don't think I should sell that one. Oh, you take the rings? Oh, Lord, isn't that nice? I don't know about the silver ring. Why can't you identify my dagger? Wait, identify my dagger. Nope, she doesn't identify the dagger. Okay then.